Hello there everyone, this is GoodGuyPalps. Welcome to Let's Play Civ 6. We're playing with Knight Me King, doing a little Civ coaching on Deity. He's never played on Deity before, is that right?
Right.
Perfect. So this is basically going to be a little tutorial on hopefully how we can work together to beat Deity, regardless of basically Civ, start position, all of that, and just kind of learn how to beat Deity your first time. And let's first talk about start positions. We're close to, so I think we're in a good spot here. Your Korea. So Korea's biggest focus is that you're going to want to build a lot of mines, and you're going to want to build a lot of mines around your campus district. So basically, there's a couple different scenarios. You could settle in place where your settler is, and you're going to get the science from your geothermal fissure, which is pretty nice. Often people will move to Plains Hills, which is you have a Plains Hill right directly southwest of you and east and southeast of you. And the reason people do that is because if you settle on it, you immediately have 2 food and 2 production, which is one of the best things you can do when you start. However, because you want to build mines as Korea, you don't necessarily want to take up too many of your hills. You also, by the way, have a phenomenal start position. I'm very jealous. But if I was you, I'd either settle where your settler is, and because you'll immediately start working that science where your city will be, and then you'll also be working 2 tiles around your city. Or you could move to where your warrior is, and you won't start. I think settling on the geothermal fissure is better. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do I get the science from that tile then?
Yeah. So basically, I know we've talked about it a little bit, but your city is going to have one population. So you're automatically going to work the tile that your city's on, which is 2 food, 1 production, 1 science, which is great. And then you'll have one population that you can choose to work somewhere else. And your city's going to automatically allocate it, but in the early game, especially on Deity, it's pretty important to micromanage and hand
Make sure it's on production or what?
Based on whatever you want to focus on. So typically, sometimes it'll be like, oh, here's a super high production tile, we'll work that, and you won't grow at all. But if you grow, then you get to work more tiles. So typically, I would work a 2-2 tile at first. That's probably what I would suggest you do. There is an argument to work the honey, because it's 4 food, you'll grow faster, but I think a 2-2 tile is better. So I would make sure it's working either one of the rainforest tiles in your city. To check. Okay, cool.
I already did that. Yeah.
Cool.
As far as exploration, the very beginning, am I wanting to keep my barbs on Deity especially? Am I wanting to keep them closer to my home base, or am I still going to go out and explore and try and find things?
So you definitely want to explore. In fact, typically on a Deity game, unless there's some weird circumstance or situation, I'm going to go 1 or 2 settler or 1 or 2 scouts immediately, and then into a settler right after, and then get military if I need it. And if you're worried about being attacked, go archers. Regardless of a unique unit, pretty much archers are the best for defense. So if I was you, I'd start building a scout your first turn. I need to figure out where I need to settle.
And then mining is important, I know, for Korea. Would you research that first off? 8 turns, mining first?
So looking at the tech tree, there's probably a few different strategies. Mining will be good because you can get mines. However, most important is the campus. So basically, you can either go mining, which you will need because you will want to chop and stuff, and you're probably going to want to put your campus right. Let's see, to team right there, because you can surround that almost completely with mines, and every mine that's around it will get +1 science. That's probably where you're going to put it. And in order to put your campus there, you would need to get bronze working to chop that rainforest out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. How can I make mines there? I don't understand that. There's not like a rock.
Yeah. So
stone.
Basically, there's 3 different terrain types. I guess technically there's 2. There's flat and hill, and then there's also like mountain and marsh and other things. But if it's a hill, you can build a mine on it. And it just improves the production on that tile.
Okay, so I'll have to clear the rainforest, and then I can build a mine on it.
Yeah. Well, you'll want to build the campus where I have that pin, your Siondiok or whatever it's called, and then around it is hills. Every tile surrounding that is a hill tile, and that's why you could put mines around it.
Okay, where is the campus?
So that is going to be on writing.
Okay, the library? Or is it different?
Yeah, so the library is a building in the campus. That little hex is the campus tile. It's called a Siondiok for you because it's your special district.
So you would do pottery first, get to writing, and then go mine after that.
So you could either do that, and then the problem is if you do that, you still have to get to bronze working in order to actually place it there to get rid of that that rainforest. So I actually probably would go mining first in this case if I was you, and then probably kind of going straight into bronze working and then coming back to get writing, if that makes sense.
Okay, so mining, and then we'll work to that.
And I'm going to explore here a bit, see where I might want to put this first city. I think I'm going to settle... If I settle in place, I can work my 2-2 deer tile right away. I could move to this. I could move on to the cotton and have it right away, which wouldn't be bad. I think I will do that. Okay, we'll go next turn.
Could you explain, I've never really understood the era scores?
Yes. So basically, we're in the ancient era, and we're going towards the classical era, and you have to get enough era points in order to get either to a dark age, a normal age, or a golden age. What age you're in is going to affect your loyalty pressure, and then also you get other bonuses that you pick based off the age, essentially. It's not too big of a deal at the beginning. I'm not usually even worried about dark ages in the beginning, because if you get a dark age and then you get a golden age right after, you get a heroic age, which gives you extra bonuses, which is pretty nice. Oh, I found the Fountain of Youth. That is sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and build my scout first and check my tiles.
Do you put your scout on auto roam in the beginning, or are you manually sending them everywhere?
I do it manually. At the beginning at least, and eventually I change it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go for pottery, because I don't have any reason to go to bronze working. Alright, perfect. So basically there's a few different basics of Civ. Right now we're learning how to do a science victory focus, and so there's kind of just that's the main thing, focus on science, and then you use other things to support your cities, such as gold income and production. And as we get through it, we'll help you focus on those other things to help your city stronger. Also, where you've gone just now, like, going to be phenomenal for you to settle one of your first or second cities. So
is that I know the area is nice. I know you get defensive when you've got rainforest or things like that. And then there's a bunch of production tiles. That's what's making it great. And then I've got mountains there for the science.
Yes. So, and in fact, as Korea, you actually don't necessarily care about the mountains, because your campuses are always going to have a +4 adjacency, which is but they have to build on hills. So you're going to want to look for hills as Korea, because that's where you can put your campuses. Okay. But also there's tons of food, tons of production. Also in Deity, it gets pretty important to chop out resources sometimes, which is kind of gives you an immediate boost of either food or production or both, such as when you chop out rainforests and stuff. And we'll talk about that when we get builders, but that's just one thing we'll have to do a bit. Also, I already have Barbarians next to me, so how fun.
I know.
I should buy this tile, actually. And then, yeah, I typically don't let my warrior too far away from my starting city, just because... see, my city's trying to work this like awesome science and faith, but then it will never grow, so I'm going to have it work a different tile.
So would you put my next city? I just dropped a pin. Would you put it kind of somewhere in there, or would you put it further back?
So it's going to depend on kind of what you discover, but in general, as Korea, I would go for a wide play to get as many campuses as possible. So I would try to organize your cities to be about 4 tiles apart, because every city can't be within 3. So that was actually a pretty dang good spot.
Except for that's not 4 tiles out. Would you go further up the
I think it was
north?
No, it was 4. It was 4. So because if you count from your city.
Oh, from the city, okay.
Yeah, from the city center, it can be 4 away. But you can also be within 4 of that city state you just discovered. So kind of and then you're along the river. So that's actually a super good spot that you pinned. At least from what we can tell, right? Because we don't know what's exactly north of it, but it looks like it's pretty solid.
Yeah. And then you would keep the warrior kind of in the adjacent area, just
Just in case there's
we get attacked.
barbarians, or if you meet an AI that immediately wants to go to war, you can theoretically defend yourself. Luckily, I'm glad we started off pretty close. I was worried that we'd be like on separate continents or something. Holy. I already have barbarian horsemen, so that's great. Just great. I'm going to probably have to go towards archery soon to defend myself. Yeah, you're doing great. I'm slacking down here. Let's see. I'm going to go for a slinger next. And then, so you have the science tree, right? And you also have the civics tree. Typically, the most important thing you can do in the beginning is go towards political philosophy. And the main choice is, do you want to focus on state workforce or early empire to get there? Which way you want to get there first? And typically, I go early empire because that lets you get settlers out a little faster. But
so do you do trade first to go? Because obviously you do code of laws and then foreign trade, and then you go up to early empire state workforce.
Usually that's what I would do. And in your case, I would do that because you're going to want to be able to produce settlers pretty soon and fast. Though again, yeah, it's going to depend on a few things. Then you get to choose your policy cards. And I'm going to take discipline because I'm going to fight barbarians pretty soon. But sometimes survey is pretty good. And then God King is usually pretty great because you can get a Pantheon pretty early. I'm actually going to switch that out though for me. And I'm going to go urban planning for production because pretty soon I can work the Fountain of Youth and get faith anyways in my main city.
I had no idea that deal about the hills. That's kind of mind-blowing.
Holy, I have a lot of barbarians near me.
Jeez, dude, yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting start, to say the least, for me. I have 2 encampments on either side, so I'm pretty much going to have to go a little bit of military early to defend myself. Now, if I focus on faith and science, I can cruise through this and get to archery faster, though I won't grow. I'm going to do that for a couple turns, I think. It'll also let me get to a Pantheon sooner. Husbandry, go next turn. Yeah, you got some pretty phenomenal lands up there that you're going to want to settle, especially to the north of you. I would send that next scout you just got directly, north and then kind of west, because along those rivers you might have some just beautiful places to settle. I have 3 horsemen here. What the? This is great. This is exactly what I wanted.
So would you do a settler right now, or would you try and get rid of that barbarian encampment over to my east?
So I would let your warrior kind of handle that encampment, and make sure you don't attack across the river because that gives you a big penalty, combat penalty, if you attack across a river. So I'd bring your warrior.
Would he be able to handle that?
Yeah, he'd be fine. You might have to attack once or twice and then heal him up for a few turns, but that's pretty normal. Okay. And I would probably work on a settler right away so you get that second city done. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what I'd do.
Cool.
I have a feeling my warrior's about to get pwned. Alright, that new population actually is pretty heavenly. I just got from a tribal village.
Oh, you got a new population? That's nice.
Yes, it is. I almost want to hold on to my slinger and not finish him until I get archers, because that's when they'll actually be more helpful.
So you don't finish him, but you have him queued to almost be done? Is that how that works?
So right now I've got the slinger to 32 out of 35 production. And I'm getting 8 production per turn. So if I let it work for another turn, I'd get the slinger, which wouldn't be bad. However, especially because if I could use him to kill a unit, I would actually boost archery. So that's pretty tempting. Or I could save him, go for archery, and then instead of getting a slinger, I would be getting an archer. But I would have already done 32 of production out of the archer. I actually think I'll finish the slinger just because I need to clear these barbarians out as fast as possible, so I can go scout.
How are you seeing like the 32 out of 35? Where am I looking at that?
So if you click on what you're currently producing, which is probably a settler, you click on your city. At the top where it has like your production, what you're and it tells you the cost of the slinger for me is 35, and I've completed 32, so it'll finish in 1 turn. For your settler, it'll tell you the total cost, how much you've done, and how many turns it'll take based off your current production. And
So
your
I'm getting
current
10 a turn and 15 out of 80. Okay.
perfect, yeah.
I had no idea that's how that worked. That helps
Yeah.
a lot.
And if you click on that on your city, it has all your yields and your current income for food, production, gold, science, culture, and faith. So I took a bad hit to attack with my warrior because it damaged the swordsman or the barbarian horseman enough for me to kill them with my slinger, which boosted archery, giving us the Eureka for it. So archery, basically 30% of it just got done for free, essentially.
Where are those boosts again? I can't remember.
So if you click on the tech tree, and you look at a technology, for example, sailing, if you hover over it, it says it's going to cost 50 science. And then to boost, found a city on a coast. So if you found a city on a coastline, it will give you, I think it's 30%, give or take, maybe 40% of that tech for free. So basically, it would give you like 20 science, essentially.
Where does it say boost?
So
I see bronze working, so I'm working on bronze working.
Yep.
I see that. Oh, it's underneath, very underneath.
Yeah, to boost, kill 3 barbarians. Yep.
Okay. And that's 3 barbarian units, like a full unit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's huge. Those have got to help a ton, then, I'm assuming.
Big time, yeah. And they're not like necessarily absolutely vital, but in the early game they can make a big difference. Man, I got so many barbs coming at me.
Crap.
This is wild. Next turn I'll get a Pantheon, and I'm going to quit working on my Fountain of Youth.
That's a bummer. I'm going to lose my barbarians.
Your warriors? Okay, you can heal them up.
Yeah, I know I can, but they're too close. I just attacked, and I took a huge hit.
Yeah.
They're too close to that barbarian encampment. They'll attack me next turn, and I'll die.
They might attack you. Sometimes barbarians don't want to leave their encampments.
So in the civ, we're going to do foreign trade. And then go early empire, right?
Yeah. I'm going to do... I'm just pinning out a couple things real fast.
And then urban planning or God King.
Okay, so what's your faith income? Okay, it's 0. I just saw from your little ribbon. Also, you see the players at the top, which you probably just see me and you. Is there do you have the drop down showing all their current yields and military strength and stuff?
No, I don't.
All right, let me show you how to do that. Click on the main menu, not the main menu, like the hamburger menu at the top.
Okay.
And then hit options, and then interface, and then the show yields and HUD ribbon. You're going to want to set to always show.
Show yields and HUD ribbon. Always show. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Now when you show that, it'll show you your current score, your military strength, your science per turn, your culture per turn, how much gold you have, how much faith you have.
So nice.
And you'll see other people. Also, a little trick, your scout that's in the northwest, if you zoom in on him, you can see borders to the west of him. You've discovered the borders, but not whose they are. And you can see that because they're thick, they're a real person. So we've just met Dido. Also, because it's not single player, it's not like it's obvious. So you'll want to make sure you click on your notifications, and it says you've met another civilization. And that way you can still interact with them as if you were playing single player. And that will let you learn more about them and stuff. And also, because they're up there, you probably are going to want to put your first cities closer to them so that you claim up that good territory before they can.
Okay.
In fact, I probably would say your second city, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, I would say right around here. It doesn't have to be that spot, but you're going to want it around there, and you're going to want to settle that before she can settle there so that you claim up the good territory before it gets taken.
Okay. Okay, policies. So
Yes.
discipline or survey? Am I wanting the recon, or am I wanting...
So if you're worried about
strength?
losing your warrior, and you're going to be fighting barbarians, I would take the one that gives you combat strength. However, you do have 2 scouts. It doesn't hurt to give them extra combat strength, or extra experience. But in general, I usually go to get combat strength for fighting barbarians in the early game.
Would you do urban planning for the other then, since I don't have
No, I would actually do God King. I used to always do urban planning, but I realized that getting a Pantheon pretty quick can give you a real big bonus, and you need 25 faith to get your Pantheon. So I would do God King.
Okay.
Until you get the Pantheon, and then I would switch it to whatever else is better. In fact, for me, I've got the right ones in. Holy moly, I got so many barbarians,
Holy crap.
it's wild. I should retreat my scout onto a hill, heal him up, shoot with my slinger, and hit with my warrior.
I just lost my guy.
Ah, dang it. That's all right. You'll be able to take him out later. You will probably want to, after you get your settler, in fact, maybe even first. Let's see, how long till your settler's done? How many turns?
7.
You might want to buy or produce a unit first to make sure your settler's protected as you go out.
Just link them.
Yeah, you can bring one of your scouts back, and that wouldn't be a bad idea, but that's kind of up to you. Holy moly! I never have these problems with barbarians so early, but kind of getting just sandwiched. Let's see. I need to change which tiles I'm working on now. Don't need that. I need more production. There you go. And then I need to grab a Pantheon, and I think I'll take the free settler. I don't plan on getting a religion, as nice as that could be. Divine Spark isn't bad, but that free settler, I think, is the best. And because of that, I can now work on another slinger, which will give me another archer. Heal up my warrior, kill the horseman, and run away with my scout. And I think I actually might bring my slinger forward one tile, or my settler.
Jeez, you have so many barbs.
Dude, I know,
there.
it's wild. Like I almost never see it this bad. I'm gonna upgrade to an archer first.
All right, so you told me to go adjacent. I need to have hills so I can build the campus districts, right?
Yes. You're gonna want...
That tack that I just put down, then would you build there so I have adjacent hills to work with?
That's a great actual place. In fact, let me show you a little trick. If you hit, I think it's 3, no, it's 4. If you hit 4 on your keyboard, it'll show you a settler view, and so all that super green, you can settle it, and you'll have freshwater housing bonuses.
What? When did I... Man, the things that I didn't know.
Yeah. Let's see. I need to go towards mining. And I'll probably gonna put my campus right there.
So I'm not gonna have enough gold. Actually, I might. Yeah, I don't think I will actually. To buy a unit to protect the one in time. Should I, for that settler to get done? Should I bring one of these scouts back to link?
Yeah, I probably would bring. Oh, I don't know. How much gold do you have? 109?
109, 6 a turn though, so.
So in 2 turns, you could buy a slinger for 120.
Oh, I didn't look at the slinger. Cool.
So I would do that. So you can keep your scouts exploring. And I'm going to settle probably right here. So close to tundra, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'll come settle all the way over here. And have big cities.
So I'm not worried about a dark age right now. Is this what you're telling me?
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried. At least not yet. I need to move off of the marsh. I really don't want to lose my settler, though. Defend. I'm taking an awful risk here. I might be able to clear one of those with my scout.
Dude, you have so many.
And that's why I had to go archery for me. I don't normally have this problem with barbarians, but if you go archery, it's pretty manageable. I also had the bonus of the Fountain of Youth giving me a little extra oomph. Oh, I forgot I should level up my archer. If I can fortify here. Go next turn. Yeah, and if you have any questions, of course, let me know. And I'll try and check on you and figure out, to help you with your decisions as well.
He's attacking my scout.
Alright, so that's a little too close. Let's settle here, in fact. Yeah.
Alright, he's still up.
And so, something I often do is one of my first cities, I'm going to produce tons of builders to kind of boost my other cities. Especially if I want my capital to be really strong, I might just produce a bunch of builders in my next city. Not
so
that this city
you
is phenomenal.
Create builders in your capital city to send to your other cities, or what do you mean?
It depends, but typically I would have my second or third city produce builders to send back to my capital. Well, so my capital can focus on more important things, but still get improved.
Okay. So I'll finish my settler this turn. What would you...
I probably would get, if you have archery research, I'd probably get an archer. You do have Phoenicia near us. She has 127 military strength. The AI will recognize if you're weaker, and they might try and attack, especially if you want to put a city out there where you've marked. You're going to want to be able to defend it. So I would probably get an archer. And I would buy the slinger right now so that you can escort that settler.
So you said build what? Sorry.
So if you click on your city, there's a menu to purchase.
Yeah, I can. So I could purchase a slinger now. Ah, no, I can't. They're 140.
Oh, they're 140. Here, I can give you 7 gold. Make a deal. There'll be interest on this. Just kidding. Give gift. All right, so you just have to accept that. It'll be in your notifications.
Cool. So now I can buy one. And then what do you say to build?
I would probably work on another slinger, to be honest. And then I would get to once you have the researches done that we talked about, I would go towards archery so that you have someone to defend you. In fact, there is a bit of risk to settle there first because she has a strong military strength. There's a decent argument to settle a different city first, the one you'd put further east. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe right about here. It's a bit more protected, just in case, and then you can get your next city out there. So it's debatable, right? If you're afraid you can't defend the one that you would forward settle out there, if she does attack us, then it's safer to settle the other one that I just pinned. If you're confident you can defend it, then it's worth it settling out there. But that's just, there's a risk return type of scenario. So,
Okay. Would you put walls up in a city that you settled? If I settled the northern one,
yeah.
Would you put walls up pretty quick then? Or would you
I'm
just
really
not worry
worried,
about that?
If I'm really worried, I'll build walls immediately.
Okay.
And if you're... in fact, I maybe would settle the northeastern one just to be get your second city down and avoid the issues. But it's up to you.
Okay.
Man, this is wild. Alright, so let's bring this archer out. Get wrecked, barbarians. Completed my archer. I'd like to get another settler, but I think I need another archer. In 5 turns, I can focus on more settler growth.
Can barbarians destroy your city? Could you lose to barbarians?
Not your capital, but they can destroy other cities. But they can attack your capital endlessly, but they'll never take it over.
So right now, is your focus to destroy their outposts or just
Yes.
kind of defend and hold?
I mean, first to defend, and then definitely eliminate the outpost, because that will eliminate the problem. And yeah, I think I'll go for an archer. Go next turn. We've met the Inca Empire. Okay, so they could be a competitor scientifically. They usually spawn near mountains. Look, they're very far away from us, though. So we're good. And sometimes it pays to make friends with Deity, even if it costs a little bit of gold sometimes. But I'm going to sell them my cotton and see what they would give me. They'll give me a little bit of gold for it. Because I settled on cotton, so I have access to it. That gives me a bit more gold per turn selling my cotton. In fact, one of the main ways to beat Deity is to manipulate the AI. Do you have... Never mind, you won't. But you can make deals with the AI to get gold, to improve your relations with them, that kind of stuff. I need to focus probably on writing next. Beautiful. Go next turn.
How many AI are against us?
There's 6 AI. They're not on a team though. They're all as if it's free for all.
Okay, so we talked about this. Science was done. You would go back, do animal husbandry, and then straight to archery.
Yep. So you have writing and bronze working done, right?
Mining and bronze working, yeah.
And then did you go back and get writing?
I gotta go back and get writing.
So like if you look at the tree, there's pottery.
No, I
writing.
haven't done that yet.
Okay.
So I need to do pottery, writing, and then husbandry and archery.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Unless you feel like she's going to attack you, then I would quit going to writing and go towards archery. But
you can quit that at any time.
Yeah, you can just change whatever you're researching whenever you want. Dude, if we get this win, you're gonna be playing Deity the rest of your life.
All right, dude.
It's hard to get over the rush of beating the AI on Deity, especially your first time. It's a slow buildup of a rush, though, right? It takes, 8 hours. Yeah.
So where would you put this slinger? Would you just keep him here, or would you move him up north to try and defend if anything goes wrong?
The slinger you just made, I would probably send him to where you want to settle that next city, or on the hill next to it, so that you can see what's there and see if she's bringing her army towards you.
And would you build another settler right now then?
Probably, yeah. Either another settler. Yeah, another settler. That's what I would do. The more cities you get out, the sooner the better, essentially. In fact, what's the city working? 2 food.
Jeez, the military strength of the Inca, man. You guys are making a ton of money. So any gold that's within your borders, are you making that, or do you have to have somebody like a mine on it or something like that silver that's north of you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to, once that's in your borders, do you need to put a mine on it to get the advantage of the gold, or do you automatically get that?
So the yields you see is what you would get if you work it. If you improve it, it would add production and maybe more gold.
Okay.
So yeah, the 3 gold, if I was working that, I would have it immediately.
Did you buy that Fountain of Youth tile?
No, it grew to that automatically. I actually bought the 2/2 tiles so that I could work those.
And then with my extra city, would you... I mean, it's got no production for beans. Doesn't look like...
All right,
what would you produce there?
In your which city? Your second city?
My second one, I just put it down.
I'd work settler. I'd probably get builder, to be honest. I'd get builders and kind of use that city since there's decent production and growth with that 3/2 tile and the other 2/2 tiles. I'd get builders that you could use to improve it as well as improve the capital because it's in kind of a protected spot.
Okay.
And then let me know when you get a governor, because you're going to want to appoint the right governors. And there's different strategies for different governors. We go back for craftsmanship. Dido has held the delegation. That's a good sign, because if we can become friends with her, we theoretically...
So civics, you were talking about early empire, correct? So I went foreign trade and now go early empire.
Yeah.
You just talked about state work portion, early
Yes.
empire, those two.
Yeah, I'd go towards early empire. That will let you build settlers faster. I'm gonna try to be friendly with her. Oh snap! There goes the first encampment. I've been desperate. I'm using my scout as a combat unit. But soon I can clear the southern encampment. I can actually get more cities out, which would be nice. And I got horses here. That's great. You can upgrade this guy. Let's bring him forward one spot, though. Oh, you know what? Let's also buy my trade route. Ooh, or do I want to buy a builder? I want to buy a builder. Because I want to chop my masonry, though I need to get masonry first, actually. Because then I can harvest that stone.
Do you worry about wonders unless you're going, or if you're not going for culture? Is that how that works? Wonders for culture, or how's that?
Yeah, so if you're going culture, wonders are really important. If you're not going for culture, wonders are only important if they help you win your victory like type that you're going for.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on a trade route, and then something else. When you complete a civic, you get to change your policy cards for free. In single player, it always reminds you. In multiplayer, it only puts an icon on your government icon at the top left, so you want to check that whenever you finish a
civic. What do you mean?
So like
finish like just researching like early empire or whatever.
Yeah. When you finish it, you can change your policy cards. So
that happens.
Those can be very helpful.
Okay. Man, there's so much to this. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow, you got your second city up already? You're doing Gucci.
Doing all right. Oh snap! My game just crashed.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts.
I might have to go back and edit this whole.
To man taking his first
reloading the game
steps,
4 times out of the
come far.
out of the 50.
Begins your greatest quest.
We'll see.
From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Oh, you still got them?
Cast your net
I do.
wide.
I'm not loaded in yet, so.
At least there's one there.
There's
next
one.
to your capital.
Okay, yeah.
And then a second one down low, south.
All right, beautiful. I got them both. So
Cool.
weird. I have no idea why that did that. Yeah, I'm back into where we were, so I'm gonna make sure my auto saves are set up to. Yeah, they're 1 turn in between, so we're good. I remember peeking with the scout to see who was there, and then like bringing my archers forward. And I think I started working on, I think I purchased a builder. And started working on a trade route. And then I will get settlers up. Actually, you know what? No, I should work on a settler immediately.
Production in that Guanju is
Yeah.
so slow. 5 production.
So if you click on it, what tiles are you working?
I'm working the 2-3 or 3-2. So I mean, I can't really work anything better than that for production, but it's 17 turns before I get that builder.
So yeah, 3-1, 2-2, 2-2. And then if you click on it, I would have one of them work your honey.
Whoa.
That
No, that's on the northern city.
Oh, the northern city. Okay, yeah, the 3-2 is the best you can do. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I was looking at your capital. All right, don't crash on us, game. I'm gonna go towards, I guess, bronze working. Now I want to probably improve that to make a camp. Cool. So if you look at your top left icons, sorry, actually, did you get early Empire yet?
1 second. Early Empire. Remind me what that is. Oh, no. I'm
yet.
17 turns away.
Holy. Oh, you're getting two.
No. Not 17. I am. Yeah, 17 turns away.
I guess you're only getting 2 culture per turn. Okay. Well, when you get that, you can get a governor tile, which is on the top left, like menu items. The second to last one is governors. You'll be able to appoint a governor to your cities, which is helpful, especially for creating settlers.
So, civics, I get via culture. Holy cow, dude, they're gonna settle over there. That sucks. Come here.
You could. They do have a big military strength, so that's a little risky. You can steal that settler if you're willing to go to war.
I mean, I would get wrecked.
And they'd probably take the settler right back. But
I have 47, they've got 193. I mean, I don't even have the means by which to produce an army right now.
Yeah. So the other thing is the AI is really stupid. So if you take a look at, if you hit 4, 3? What is
4,
this?
yeah.
Why is it not showing me? All right, so hopefully they're not trying to go where they are. But if you get in the way of where they're trying to go, the AI just like breaks and is like, I don't know what to do. So you might get lucky if you can put units on where you think they want to settle. But that's, not a guarantee.
Okay. So I'm behind in like everything. How do I what do I do better than what I'm doing?
We're both behind. You're doing fine. So I would leave your scout and slingers there because it blocks them. If they settle right there, that sucks. But there's a chance the AI won't know what to do because you're in the way. And if they settle there, then you'll probably just have to. That'd be like the worst place they could settle. It would remove all of the chances to settle another city in that whole area. But we'll see.
So I would essentially have to move east if that was the case.
Yeah, or maybe ramp up for a war to see if it's beneficial. But I'm working on settlers, so I want to change this to be settlers, and that'll finish in 12 turns. That's pretty nasty. So I would lose population. Yeah, that's what I want. I actually grow. I'm at Zanzibar.
So right now quite honestly, I'm not doing great as far as production value. Gold, I've only got 6 a turn coming in.
That's fine.
I'm not producing like a ton. Is it just slow sometimes in the beginning and there's not much I could do? Like, I know the score probably doesn't mean a ton right now, but like you're 13 points ahead at this point, like.
And we're both way behind the AI. And to be honest, if I had to say who's in a better spot, you're in a better spot. Yeah, it's slower to move around. You have lots of rainforest, but your cities have a lot of potential. And as soon as you get writing and you get a campus in where we've said, you're going to be getting more science per turn, which is going to be really strong. And that whole basin you have is a pretty great place to be. So I think you're doing great. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How long till your next settler's done?
8 turns.
Okay. Worst case scenario, you just settle to the east. Yeah. Alright, I improved my
Yeah, he's
silver
bringing
so I
that
can
builder over for
sell.
sure to move to that city that he wants.
Yeah, and if you stay in the way, hopefully they won't settle. That's kind of just, you have to hope. You know, there's no guarantee what they're going to do or not do, but.
Yeah, they're going back now.
Alright, perfect. If I could settle right here, I could get an aqueduct.
How do the aqueducts work?
The aqueducts aren't is that useful, but they're really nice. They can give you more housing. They can connect cities to fresh water, but they also provide +2 adjacency bonus to industrial zones, which is really nice. Letting you build industrial zones, which give you a lot of production.
How do the adjacency bonuses work? What does that mean exactly?
Basically, every district, for the most part, provide bonuses towards other districts. So you have a lot of districts around each other. Specialty ones, such as campus, commercial, theater square, they get bonus culture or bonus or whatever they're trying to produce based off what's around them. And districts can provide those bonuses. So an aqueduct has, you know, it'll improve your housing and access to fresh water, but it also will provide +2 production as an adjacency bonus to an industrial zone. So it's nice to build them near each other. Same thing with a dam. So if you have in fact, I can show you what I've pinned out here real fast. To team, and team. So if you look down on my capital city in Rome, I have
So you're gonna do all 3 of those there.
I have an aqueduct pinned out where I want to put it, a dam, and then they'll both provide +2 production to an industrial zone, which I'd put right next to them. So that'd give me a +4 production in that industrial zone.
Also had no idea how that worked, which is fantastic.
It took me forever to kind of realize a lot of that stuff. So.
I mean, that's huge, though. I mean, that's a big old step. Okay.
I'm gonna heal up my archer and bring this one up.
Just hoping this dude doesn't go to war with me, because that
Holy,
would
another barbarian encampment.
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub.
For real. Okay, my scout's finally healed and can do stuff.
6 turns, and then it's going to take another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns to get him up there. Risky moves. I'm just going to leave those guys there, though, and hopefully they don't
Yeah,
try and come here.
do it.
I feel like that's a tiny bit of a waste of a scout, but what do you do, right?
Yeah.
So you would send that builder in that northern city, you would send him down straight away to the capital, is that right?
You can either boost the city he's in to try and make it so that you can get more builders faster, which I do sometimes, or I would immediately send him to the capital to improve the capital. In fact,
How would you boost the city he's in now?
Well, if you
What
make improvements and chops, you can get more builders out faster. However, I probably would send him straight to the capital so that you can chop out where you want to place your campus. So you get a big. So basically, if you place that campus where you have it pinned right now, it just places it and it starts to build it. However, if you get a builder there and chop out the rainforest, it'll give you food and production for chopping it, and then you can place the campus. Does that make sense?
Okay, so yeah, I'm finishing up writing this next turn, and then I'm going back to animal husbandry and then to archery. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. How much gold do you have? 90. Yeah, never mind.
90, yeah. Tis a rough life.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. Struggling to grow. I'm going to lose a pop here. Unless I hold off until I get my second. Not threatened. There's a decent reason for me to wait.
So as soon as I finish writing, will it have me, like I can build the library, or would it automatically just have me place it somewhere?
You'd have to build the campus, and the library goes in the campus.
Okay.
It's a building inside the campus district.
Do I have to have a builder for that? No, that doesn't
No.
make sense.
Yeah, no.
That just takes turns, right, for
Mhm.
production?
Yeah.
And you would wait until I can get the builder down there to do that? That's a long way off. I have
yeah.
5 turns till the builder gets done, then it'd probably take another 4 turns to get him down
I
there.
probably would just build the campus, to be honest, but I still would send the builder to do other improvements and shops.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the AI has no idea what to do.
Yeah. It's pretty great. It's a little... Can't really do it in real life against real people usually as easily or as effectively, but... Oh, yes. New population in my capital. You go automatic expiration on my scout. We are 10 turns from the next era. Okay, beautiful. Ouch.
Okay, I can choose a Pantheon.
Very nice.
What is good and what is not?
So it depends what's available. You might, is there, yeah, what are you seeing? Because there is one that'll give you a free builder, which would be epic, actually, for you. Because we're not going to religion focus, and so you don't want one that's going to be like, oh, you get tons of faith, because that's not a big deal. You want something that's going to help you in different ways. I got one that gave me a free settler, which is how I got that second city. Because otherwise I'd have one city right now.
Receive a builder in your capital, yeah.
Do that one. That one is going to be great. It's also going to make you, I think, grow faster.
Yeah,
So
15%.
I would put that builder on that tile you want to build a campus.
And clear it?
And then, yeah, next turn you'll chop it out, and it will give you a big boost of production and food.
Is that for that one turn that you get the big boost?
Yeah, so basically, right now, what it'll do is get rid of the rainforest, and it will become a 1 food 2 production tile. However, it gives all of that food and production immediately into the city.
Yields 14, 14. Cool.
And you just completed your settler because of it.
That's so cool. I had no idea that's how that worked.
Yep. So if you're going to get rid of rainforest and stuff, which is pretty common because rainforest is not that good, it helps to chop a lot of it out. There's also a governor, Magnus, which improves how much you get when you chop resources. Increases the amount from the chop, which is pretty valuable.
Okay, so we're cranking that out. Should I get somebody on this settler? Or do you think he's fine since I'm going... Oh, he's going to try and go around. Run, settler, run!
Basically, if you can you could bring this settler or your slinger on the bottom to meet him there if you need, since his settler is far enough away anyways. You also might want to move... Yeah, I don't know. You need to beat him there. That's for sure.
I'm going to move my slinger over to block him, so he has to go around.
Move your slinger on the top left, back to the river tile. 1 tile to the right. Because that's a tile he could settle on, but he couldn't settle on the tile you were on. So he can move forward, but he can't just move forward and settle right there.
And then would I move my scout back as well to like the tile above him?
I think your scout I think's in a good spot to block.
Okay. All right. So we're going here. And then this builder, should I go on the iron mine or should I do other improvements?
The builder. So,
on my capital.
Yes. I actually would probably go to the quarry, the stone, or next to the mountains, and I would chop it out. You don't need the stone, and you can put a mine there if you replace it. And a mine will give you science, and a quarry won't.
Why don't I need the stone?
It can help you, but you can. It's a hill, so you can just put a mine on the hill anyways, and the stone will give you a ton of production when you chop it out. And I can get rid of
Never
that
thought
pin
to do
for
that
you.
either. What do you use stone for regularly then?
It's useful for it can improve your yields, but it's also really just really good for chopping.
So would you send this other builder down to my capital again? Or would I keep him up there and kind of help?
I would send him. I'd do the chop. Oh, sorry, that second builder. I would improve the city he's in by chopping rainforest out and building mines. Watch out for the barbarian scout that's next to you, though.
So are these hills? How do you know what's a hill and what's not?
So you kind of just your eyes kind of get used to it. But if you hover over any tile, it'll tell you a description. So if you hover over the one that's just to the left or west of your second city, it says plains, hills. So you know it's going to be high in production. And
So I need to go there and clear it so that I
Yeah.
can put a sail on later?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also would move that slinger that's on the rice back to the hill he was on. And I would move...
To the left?
Yeah, because he's bringing that settler down maybe where he can settle. Does your scout and other slingers still have movement?
Yes.
I would move your scout across the river down to the south of that settler because he can technically settle there. And then I would move your slinger to where your scout is, your northern slinger.
So this one here, and then him there.
There, yeah. That's what I would do. If anything, it's just forcing him to waste time and then give you time to get that settler where you want him.
Okay, so at my second city, would you do the sail on then? Or no, I can't, not quite yet. Because I need to put or tear that out.
Yeah, I would tear it out. I'd work on another builder.
Another builder?
Yep.
9 turns.
And then I need a builder too.
So do you use rainforest for anything? Just regular rainforest tiles?
Yeah, you can put lumber mills on it eventually, and it has some decent yields itself, so it's not like the worst.
Oh, balls, he's going for it.
All right, so now you would just adjust again and move everybody up, specifically the scout and slinger, to get in his way again. And doing that, you should. Oh, you moved
Did I move it wrong?
your settler. Where are you trying to put your settler?
Oh, crap. Ah, I looked at the wrong freaking thing. That's a bummer.
You should still hopefully beat him there, and you can technically settle any one of those tiles. You could even settle where the rice is if you wanted, which you could just do next turn, but that's debatable what's going to be better. Granted, getting the city down is better than nothing.
How do I clear this? It just says build or how do I clear the stone? Because it's not giving me that option.
Oh crap, you don't have masonry yet. Masonry is required to do stone. So you could just build a quarry for now. Is what I would do. It makes it a 2-3, which is pretty good.
Should I try and go to that one you had pinned?
I would probably just settle on the rice, to be honest. It's a pretty good spot, and you make sure you get the city before he can beat you anywhere.
Dang, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Ah, that production would have been huge, dude, on that tile north of where you had pinned. On the tier.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Sorry, I was making some pins.
You're good. He's not gonna like that very much.
230, I get next turn. Okay.
And then, should I build... Sorry, I'm like asking you every single turn to make, which kind of, I'm sure is
You're good.
irritating.
No, you're good.
Would you
That's
work
the
the
whole
honey
point.
right now so I can get the luxury?
So to get the luxury, you
Luxury.
have to improve it. In fact, I would
Yeah.
try to improve it with your builder, yeah.
That's
Because if you can improve it, you get the luxury resource, which can either improve your amenities, or you can trade it away for gold, which is pretty beneficial. Now, you're losing loyalty a bit in your new city, but it would take 70 turns, so it's not a big deal yet.
And would you build another settler in the main, or would you do a library? in the
Good
capital?
question. I actually probably would get, because you built that city there, I would focus on a little bit of defense. Maybe another slinger, maybe another an archer if you can get archers yet.
So archers in one turn. If I start building a slinger, will it automatically upgrade to an archer?
It should.
Okay, so I'll do
I
that.
think. Worst case scenario, when you get archery, you can upgrade them all with gold, and it won't cost that much.
And the new place, should I do a Seo on or just different troops for defense?
I'd probably put down a Seo on. And then I would probably focus on going towards masonry, because then you can get walls too, to make sure you can protect yourself.
And you wouldn't build a quarry with that other guy. Should I go over?
Oh, I was going to use that gold. Dang it. Well, that's fine. I'll produce the builder anyways. I save my gold up. I always do that. I save something up and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll totally do that. And then I forget and I spend my gold on something else.
My builder on my second city, should I move him over and do a farm, or should I build a quarry where he... Oh no, that was a mine, that's right.
Yeah.
So you want me to do a mine. Should I do a mine, or should I wait?
It depends on where you want to put your campus. If you want to put your campus there, then I would not put the mine down, because it'll just get rid of the mine when you build the campus. If you're not going to put your campus there, then I would put the mine. In fact, I probably would do a mine, because I think you're going to want to put your campus right here. Because it's going to be surrounded by mines completely, and you'll be able to get a ton of science out of it. A ridiculous amount.
Because, oh, that's right. Their bonus is the mines adjacent to it. Is that right?
Yep, mines adjacent to your campus district will get +1 science, which is pretty great.
Interesting.
Looks like we're resyncing. Where do I want to settle next? Probably up here. Or over there.
Oh, don't go to war with me. It would be a bad day for Coleman.
Oh, the Barbarian Scout took your builder. So
Oh, that bastard.
yeah, you're going to have to get units to
My
kill them.
slinger down there and go kill him.
But you'll get an archer soon. I might, yeah, you're good. I think you're okay. You'll be able to get him back, I'm pretty sure.
So would you go clear the rainforest to the southeast of my second city then? Make another mine there? Or would you make another... I'm not going to get rid of the bananas, right? Wouldn't I want to work those?
You could chop them out so that you could put a mine down for the science, actually, I would. However, I wouldn't...
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily get rid of it yet, because you're working the 3-2 tile in that city, and it's a really good tile. So maybe go chop out the rainforest next to it, to the east.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Tech tree. I just got archery.
Beautiful. Use your gold and upgrade your slingers, the ones you have.
What do I need to do science-wise?
I'd go masonry, so you can build walls in your border city.
That's right. You told me that.
And then I would grab your slinger in that city and upgrade them to an archer.
Okay. Upgrade.
Beautiful.
Can't upgrade him because I moved him. And then as far as civics, I just finished Early Empire.
Let's see. If you finish Early Empire, and do you have craftsmanship yet?
Craftsmanship, no.
That would do that one. And then you want to change your cards. Potentially. But your cards can give you... Oh, no, in fact, I'm using one that I'm not.
Yeah, so I've still got the Barbarian one, so I wouldn't really worry about that at this point for the red. I don't want naval units either. Don't care about the recon. So would I keep the combat strength for Barbarians or change it to the +2 loyalty per turn? But that's a
Ooh.
garrison unit.
Yeah, so you do have a garrison unit in the city that's losing loyalty, so it's not a bad idea to do that. To be
Okay,
honest.
and then would I keep my +1 faith, +1 gold?
No, you have your Pantheon, so you want to get rid of that. It's not
Okay.
helping you anymore.
So what am I doing?
I would say either +1 production in all cities, urban planning, or if you're going to be building settlers, which you will, though I don't know if you're doing it, only do it if you're doing it right now. Or if you're getting settlers right now, then the card that gives you +50% production towards settlers is awesome.
I am not doing it right now. I've got an archer and a builder
Queued up. So then I would do +1 production in every city. That's very helpful as well.
All right. Thanks, my guy.
Yeah.
All right. A garrisoned unit is a unit within the city walls. Is this correct?
Just inside the city, yeah. So inside like the actual city center, regardless if it has walls. Got bronze working done. I should go for iron working. No, I should get actually wheel. I'll go for legionnaire. I'm not going to use my legionnaires probably at all. I don't have like any enemy AI near me. I'm like in a super protected spot. You're going to be, if there's war, you're going to be taking the brunt of it.
You mean you're going to be taking the brunt of it? You're the one teaching me, Master.
I mean,
Sensei.
I will help you, obviously. I'm just saying to gear the border civ. I'm down here just chilling. Now that I got rid of my barbarians, I don't have anybody really near me. Just you.
I'm thinking again.
Yeah.
Oy.
Classical era dedication.
I need to nab that stinking dude. He's running away.
Wow, only 1 out of 5 religions. Maybe the AI aren't going for religions. Great prophet. None of them are. Whoa. I actually might get a religion.
So rebellion in 19 turns now. Any idea on how to fix that?
Mostly it's get more population in your cities. And then you can also put a governor there. So when you're able to get a governor, you can put that governor in there. And you should
Yes, I can. So who?
Get Magnus. So Magnus's strength is that it improves 50% yields from plot harvest. So when you chop the stuff out, you get 50% more of that resource you chopped out, which is really great. And then his next upgrade is provision, meaning every time you get a settler, it doesn't cost any population, which is epic.
And then make a dedication.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm probably going to take monumentality because I'm going to get a few districts during this era. Free inquiry for you is also pretty dang good, as well as monumentality would be good. I'd say one of those two.
I'm ready for free inquiry. What's a Eureka?
That's when you get the science boost. So like bronze working said, kill 3 barbarians. That's a Eureka. That's when you boost that science. For example, to get iron working, you have to build an iron mine. I'm about to do that, and I'll boost iron working. Or get the Eureka for it, which is the same thing.
Okay, I'm going to build the sail on. If I can't. Mind. I can't get that tile yet. How do I see which tile they're gonna take? My city's gonna get next.
If you click on it and then to where you would buy a tile, it should tell you what it's trying to work on. Or if you just hover over your city, since we have the UI mod, it'll tell you the city that it's trying to grow to naturally.
Don't see that.
It'll be purple.
Oh yeah, I don't want that. But it's 18 turns until growth. I need 60 to buy that tile,
Yeah.
but I don't have that kind of money. So
The more culture your city gets, the faster it grows its borders. So if you were to get a monument in that city, it would grow the borders faster because a monument gives you culture.
or should I do that instead of? I could also get a trader. Are traders important right now or no?
They will create roads which let your people move a little faster on the path that they make, which is nice. They also will give you gold or food depending on kind of who you're trading with. They're very beneficial.
Okay, so I was gonna do the Seowan, but I don't have that location yet. Should I just?
Yeah, do a trade route. You'll see how they work at the least. And then chopping out that stone you have as well. I'd maybe build a mine where you're at, and then maybe chop out the stone later, because that'll give you a ton of production. And then you can put a mine where that stone is too, after you chop it out.
Okay. -2 amenities. Oh bueno.
Yeah, that'll happen.
-1 amenities. How
Yeah.
much does that affect things?
Not a ridiculous amount. Oh crap! Your barbarian scouts chilling in your base.
Dude, I cannot catch that stinking builder, bro.
Your scout will eventually catch him if you chase him, because he simply has more movement than the builder does. But it'll take a while since you have to go through woods and rainforest.
Tech tree, writing, wheel, ironworking. Alright, my dude. I've got those basics done in science. What am I working on next?
Well, let's see, you're on rivers, so wheel would be good because that will unlock the water well. Irrigation will be great because then you can improve
Yeah, I was thinking irrigation.
your silk that you'll get eventually. Yeah.
How do I get silk?
It's to the right of your builder, just outside your borders. Once it grows there, you can get that, and you'd be able to improve it with irrigation.
Alright, so the irrigation and then wheel, or wheel then irrigation, probably.
Yeah, either one. It's probably not. It doesn't make a huge difference. You also could get that builder down to your capital to build an iron mine on that iron resource you have next to the volcano, which will give you iron per turn, which is pretty nice.
Well, assuming I catch that builder, I'll just bring him around that mountain.
Good call. I'm about to finally get a third city soon.
Let's go.
Says we're desynced again. Okay. I want to put that down. I'm going to go for engineering. No, astrology, actually. What do I want to chop out? Probably the government plaza.
Jeez, he is so speedy. There we go.
Though I probably would want to put that right there. Or the holy site, actually. So probably if I did that, would put a government plaza right here. Or right here. To boost an industrial zone. Or a settler. Get our city done faster. That's even better.
So I'm looking like I want to be in a dark age. Or did it just start?
We're in a new era, so you have like 60 turns till it's gonna go to another era. So you're fine. You have plenty of time. You caught your builder. Very nice.
Yeah.
And it looks like Phoenicia moved their troops away, so they apparently aren't going to attack you yet. Looks like they're going
Would you
after
build a wall
Candy.
just in case?
Yes,
Pretty
I
soon.
definitely would, to be honest.
Okay,
Because
as soon as
the
that's
deity
done.
likes to pounce whenever, especially in the early game.
Open civ tree. Okay, explain the importance of the civ tree here. I get the early empire. I get going for that for the governor tile. Am I wanting to go state workforce to get the other governor now?
Yes, stake workforce would be... I usually pretty much always go that, then stake workforce, then you get towards political philosophy.
Okay, cool.
State workforce is going to let you improve your governor, letting you get those settlers without losing population, which is pretty great. What are we working here? That's pretty good. I think a campus, right? No, right here.
A drought just happened in my mind? Why is it on fire? Or did that freaking barbarian destroy it?
Oh yeah, it was a barbarian. Yeah, there's an encampment issue you've got going on. You have a barbarian encampment near your base. I'm gonna improve that. But I've got an archer up there to help, so
I have one near. Oh, down there.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll hopefully build
Yeah,
a
I'll
bridge
bring
out
some
for you.
archers down. I got an archer done this turn, and then I'm
I
bringing
would-
that other northern archer down.
I would leave your northern ones up there just because Phoenicia is the bigger threat,
Okay.
and I would then the one in your capital that gets created I would send down. And then after you get that archer and we clear this out, I would turn your focus on getting more settlers.
Jeez, sinking again, bro.
Yeah, I know. Typically, the longer you play, the more it sinks for some reason. I'm gonna chop out my stone. Beautiful.
Science, baby.
Should do a mine and maybe another chop. Maybe a mine and a mine. Hmm.
So you would do a settler in my main?
How long till you get state workforce?
State workforce is 6 turns.
Yes, I would do a settler, and if you can move your governor back to your capital without losing too much loyalty, I would do that. Because then you can use him to build builders, which would be really nice.
How do you know how much he'll lose?
You just have to move him, I think. You could probably click on your loyalty button and it will tell you what you're getting. It looks like you're getting... You might fall. You'd be losing loyalty if you move him. Either way, I'd still send him... I'd send him to your capital. That's what I would do, yeah.
Reassign.
And then when you can, I would change the cards to let your garrison unit give you more loyalty. Let's maybe do one more turn, because I'm going to crash. Not to mention I got to get to bed before my wife wakes up.
That would be bad news. Alright, so we're going to work on a settler here.
Beautiful. Yeah. Just do all your moves for this turn, and then we'll save it. Yeah, yeah, mine. My production's pretty bad in my capital.
So I can't get rid of that still. Why is that?
Which one?
Well, I thought masonry allowed me to get rid of the stone.
Yeah, it does. Have you completed masonry?
Yeah, it's done, but I can't. I only have the option to mine it.
So if you look at your builder, there's options like the main. There's like two. It's kind of confusing, but there's I can't see it, but there's a left section, and like it gives you basically suggested which is to improve, and then on the right there's other actions, and one of them should be a harvest, and it should be like
Harvest resource. Okay, yields 38 production.
boom.
Dang it.
Hmm.
Would you do another builder up north then? Because I could do the sale one, but I still don't have access to that tile.
I would do another builder probably, yeah, or maybe a one of the city center buildings like a monument or a granary.
Alright, all my moves are done.
Okay, 1 second. Production in all cities. I need that for a few turns. Okay, me too. I'm gonna go ahead and save it real fast. And we're good to go.
Alright, dude.
Thanks for doing this with me, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for teaching me. Appreciate it.
We'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Peace.